We're chanting Om and Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We're going to chant the Guru Mantra, page 4, number 5 of the daily chant book. In Sanskrit, it's Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Translation: our creation is that Guru. The duration of our lives is that Guru. Our trials, illness, and calamities is that Guru. There is a Guru that is nearby and a Guru that is beyond the beyond. I humbly make my offerings to the Guru, the beautiful remover of ignorance and the enlightenment principle that is within me and surrounds me at all times. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Now, the other day I referred to Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu as a liberation mantra, which it could be called, but it's more a prayer for world peace. So we're going to sing Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om. Translation: may all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions in my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. This morning we're actually going to chant the liberation mantra. So we have this tradition in my house. My daughter Gloria, who's 11 now, at bedtime every night, we sing mantra together. And every night, go in, turn the light out, and say, Gloria, what mantra would you like tonight? And probably 9 times out of 10, she asks for the liberation mantra. It's really beautiful. In Sanskrit, it's Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Orva Rukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshi Amamritat. We worship the Supreme Light, the Absolute Shiva, who has 3 eyes and who is fragrant and nourishes all beings. This light is the expression and communication of our life. It is our physical, mental, and spiritual radiation and prosperity. Kindly release us from all calamities, bondage, and suffering, just as a cucumber is released from its stalk without any injury. May our minds be absorbed into Shiva Amritam, the ocean of tranquility. And that's an interpretation by Brahmananda, Sri Brahmananda Saraswati. So one of the really great things about this mantra, it's a mantra about service to others. So what you can do as you're getting ready is you rub your hands together and get some physical heat in your palms. And as you sing, you broadcast it out. You can actually feel the energy moving out of your hands. So, as some of you know, my mother just passed away about a month ago. And I think about her daily. So I'm going to offer this up to her as she is moving towards God. And she was a really big fan of Jesus, so I imagine that Jesus is holding her now. Okay, here we go. Genie. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sungandim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat Swaha. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sungandim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat Swaha. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sungandim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat Swaha. Om. Something that my teachers repeated a lot when I was a student at Jivamukti in New York City is that this practice is as powerful as you want it to be. You want to just get bigger biceps? Probably will get those. But if you want to radically go inside and change who you are, or more connect to who you really are, and get away from this ego-centered life that a lot of us find ourselves in, that is possible. My very first class was at Jivamukti in 1999. It was a beginner's class with a teacher named Carol Foster. And I went to the back room and I sat down, not knowing what to expect. And I looked up, and all around the tops of the mirrors in the room were pictures of gods and goddesses. I was like, that's interesting. Wonder why they have that in here. And then the first thing that Carol said was that the yoga practice was a way to open our hearts up to God, which I thought was really interesting as well. I said, I thought this was about getting physically moving and becoming stronger and more limber. And this is about realizing God. And I couldn't deny it, but I wanted to know more. I wanted to come back. I wanted my body to begin to feel better, but there was something deeper inside that was calling me, and she spoke the words that would move me in that direction. So thank you, Carol Foster, for your beautiful teachings. So I had a rough day yesterday. I've been working and just being very busy, and I decided I should take a day off. And so I set Sunday as my day off. And then I kind of fell apart yesterday. Physically, I felt terrible. Mentally, not so good. Emotionally, kind of shut down. And I realized in meditation that it's okay to have days like that. It's okay just to kind of fall apart a little bit. And I need to fall apart to get put back together. So I took a day off from teaching. But this morning when I woke up at 5 a.m., I said, you know what? It's time to get back to it. It's time to just do it. Get up, show up, suit up, recommit, start over again. Because everything's changed, but nothing's changed. For many, many years, a couple of decades now, this has been my rock. You know, these teachings, remembering my teachers, remembering God, singing beautiful mantra. It's really what's kept me going. So why would I do anything different? So in my family, I've noticed that Gloria, my 11-year-old, has been so consistently happy. She's been consistently just in a good mood. She's doing her artwork. She's been doing some group video chat with her friends. She's been really taking care of her mother by helping her mom go on walks, get some fresh air. And I really have noticed that she's been modeling to me how I should be right now. It's amazing. You know, the teacher comes in many forms. And if we pay attention, we'll realize that that is there for us. You know, the way that she has been this last week or so, with no school, with all the crazy news in the world. She's really just been a shining example. One of the things I love about Gloria is that she's never in a rush. She takes her time. There's really a beautiful meditative quality about the way that she moves around the world. I'm going to continue to look to her for some guidance right now. Thank you, Gloria. All right, we're going to get back to our beautiful reading of Sharon's book, The Magic 10 and Beyond. We're going to start with our second week, I believe. So we started with awakening the way before we open our eyes in the morning and just thinking of everything we're grateful for. You know, as Sharon reminded us, something we can train our minds to do to wake up happy. So we notice that we are coming into consciousness. Keep the eyes closed and list all the things we're grateful for right now. And if we take some time and do it slowly, as Gloria has given us a beautiful example of, a lot of things come to mind. The second week is called Blessing the Way. This is really a beautiful chapter. So week 2, Sharon Gannon's teachings on blessing the way, giving blessings. Blessing the way, giving blessings. The hieroglyph of 2 raised arms symbolizes an inherent power of goodness in one's soul. The gesture is one of benevolence and can be read as a metaphor for a hug. When we hug someone, we pull them toward us and hold them against our heart. We communicate that we want to be at peace with them and that we wish them well. We hug someone is to bestow a blessing from the goodness of one's heart. When we are at peace with the other person, when we are at peace with other people in our lives, we can be at peace with ourselves. The other people in our lives exert a tremendous amount of power over us. Thoughts of them fill our waking and our dreaming life. We become sad, angry, jealous, or depressed by focusing on the faults and shortcomings of others. We dwell on the insensitive way they are treating us or have treated us in the past. We often blame others for why we aren't succeeding or why we can't achieve the happiness we deserve. We feel treated unfairly by others, unloved or not loved enough. We think that we deserve better. We often feel sorry for ourselves and long be surrounded by loving and supportive people who think we are amazing, right? And our excuse is always, if only he would stop, or if only she didn't do. We often feel that other people are in our ways, in the way of our happiness. The others in our lives are actually providing us with the way, but we must be willing to see them in that light. To be free of all the nasty people in your world is possible. Have faith in the knowledge that all the nasty people in your world can change, but don't wait for them to change on their own, or you'll be waiting forever. You must change them yourself. If you want someone to be a holy being, you must see him or her as a holy being. They actually only exist in your mind anyway. They have come from your own past karmas and appear according to how you see them. How you see anyone or in any situation in your present life is due to your past karmas. How you've treated others in the past, or how you've treated others in the past. When the great saint Ramana Maharishi was asked, how should we treat others? He replied in yogic fashion, there are no others. But he was an enlightened being, and enlightened beings live in a reality of oneness. In that state of the unitive consciousness, otherness does not exist. Such enlightened yogis do not live in a dualistic reality like most of us do. They see others as their own enlightened self. If we could see others as our own self, we would probably treat them more kindly. We would certainly try our best to treat others as we would like to be treated. We cannot escape our past karmas, the actions we have already done, but we can start now and do our best to plant the kinds of seeds we want to grow in the future. Cultivating forgiveness, kindness, and friendliness towards others results in spiritual strength. So much suffering comes from seeing ourselves as a victim of others, as a repository for their selfishness, cruelty, greed, insensitivity, and so forth. We see the world as out there coming at us instead of taking responsibility and realizing that the world we see outside of us has come from inside of us. From how we have treated others in our past, others provide us with a karmic projection, a mirror in which to see ourselves. Wow. The way of the yogi is to dive deeper within, the past karmic level to the eternal soul, the unchanging Atman, which is our connection to God. The nature of the eternal soul is joy, and this is the only true reality. Everything else is temporary. When one realizes the nature of his or her own soul, they discover true self, that which can never be harmed by anyone. That which is Satchitananda, eternal truth, consciousness, and bliss. Through the practice of giving blessings to others, you come closer to the experience of the power of your own soul and the power of goodness. It is well known fact that only saints give blessings. Well, how do you think a saint became a saint? Yes, it is through the practice of giving blessings. As blessings come through you, it changes you. By giving blessings to someone else, you change the negative perception of that person in your own mind. And you also change the perception of yourself as someone who's seeing negatively. Giving blessings is an anonymous way of changing your world. It can turn the devils into angels, and it can all happen in the privacy of your own mind. You don't have to meet them for coffee or talk it out. If you aren't willing to see someone as a good person, how can you expect him or her to be one? The power is in your hands, well, actually your mind. The question is, how willing are you to forgive, to let go, and allow love to lead the way? Compassion is infinite. You won't run out. So don't be stingy with your blessings. Give your blessings to everyone, to the people you don't like as well as the ones you do like. Blessing the ones you love and seeing them as holy beings ensures that they will remain holy, blessed beings in your life. The practice. Allow the image of someone you know to arise in your mind. As you inhale, silently say blessings and love to, and as you exhale, silently say the name of that person. Continue focusing on the same person or allow other people to float into your consciousness. As you give the blessing, try to realize the person filled with joy and surrounded by light. Option 1, remain lying in bed with your eyes closed, giving blessings to as many people as you feel is right before getting out of bed. Option 2, sitting comfortably in a meditative posture, use a mechanical timer to keep track of time, allowing you to focus on giving blessings without worrying how much time you have. Set the timer and sit. Whoa, fire started. And sit quietly, giving blessings for 5 to 10 minutes or for however long you feel comfortable doing it. Option 3, more mystical. Use a mala, prayer beads. Hold the mala with your right hand, and while touching each bead with your thumb and ring finger, focus on the person, give the blessings as above. Decide beforehand how many rounds you will go on the mala. Very beautiful teachings. Thank you, Sharon. We love you so much. Love and blessings to Jeannie, my mother. Love and blessings to you, Mom. We're going to finish with Om and Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much for your attention. May God bless you, and I'll see you real soon. Namaste.